Ryan, have you ever thought about being an architect?
Have you ever thought about being a truck driver?
Have you ever thought about being a salesperson?
What about something in the medical field?
Realtor? Listen to Crew Pass every Thursday
Wherever you listen to podcasts,
and on YouTube. You might learn something.
you might not.
It's your life. Make it happen.
Memories fading, we all forget those not so shiny things you do.
Career Paths.
Well, screw you, Oscar. Screw you. Wish you could offend me. I don't think anybody can offend. What are you going to do? Talk about my mother? About my mother.
I always did say you had a face for radio. What are you doing on live camera? I'm safe because you can't attack me from digital distance.
Just shut him off. Shut him off.
You got me. You got me.
And cut. We're back.
And cut.
Infonet host Brian King, Vic Boudreaux,
Oscar.
Oscar Adams. Second part, second
Part
episode.
two.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Round two.
All right, where were we from last time? Do you remember? Do you remember, Oscar? What were
So,
Air Force. We talked about that.
your time in and
what you did and why you did it, and you began talking about your dad, crew chief, and
Yeah.
you went over and okay. So where were you from there? What do you want to share with the?
Well, it's probably rare, but my father was the happiest he ever been when he knew that I was going into the Air Force. And I had kept it a secret that I was going in because I didn't want to jinx it.
From him?
Yeah, because it was hard for me to get in, At first they said, you don't qualify,
Yeah, the Air Force. It's
all that crap. It took me 11 months to get in. So that's why I kept it a secret, because I didn't want to tell my dad that I was going in the Air Force without actually being able to. I don't want to tell him, oh, they didn't let me in. So kept it a secret. And then when I told my dad, I said, Dad, I'm going into the Air Force. And he's like, that's great, son. You got to go talk to the recruiter. You got a lot of paperwork. And I said, no, I don't mean, let me rephrase that. I already have a date, a ship on the bus in 2 months, just thought I'd let you know that I want to tell my father and other people that what I've done as opposed to what I'm going to do, because we change our minds all the time. And then we get stuck in this expectation level. So I thought, let me just make sure this is for real, that I'm in.
process getting into the Air Force, what was that like?
First, they disqualified me. Actually, before I talk about the shoulder part, so I had gotten, what was the first one? Oh, I had gotten arrested a few times as a kid, like 14, 15, Never as an adult, though. I finally got my shit together somewhat. But yeah. Oh, I got arrested for pot, which is fucking legal now, back in 2000.
Right.
So technically got arrested for that. And then I had a couple assault and batteries, street fight as a kid. So when I told the recruiter that, he said, do you have a record? I said, no, sir, my record is clean. What about your juvenile record? Like, well, I got a couple assault and batteries and drug possession and paraphernalia. And he said, ooh, we don't tolerate violence and fighting. So why don't you go ahead and try the Army? He pointed to the door for me to get out and go try the Army. Do you know, as a man, how crushed I was?
You're right.
Fucking crushed.
Yeah. So then how'd you get around that?
So I went into the Army office, started doing paperwork, and everything in my bones felt like it was wrong. Like, don't do this. It was one of the biggest, signs I've ever felt. So when the recruiter was doing paperwork and he said, I'll be right back, I'm gonna print some stuff. We'll get you signed up and you'll be good to go. As soon as you went for the printer, I left. I dipped out.
Nice.
Got in my truck, and then that's when the emotions hit, because I had told myself that this is a life-changing event. All I want to do is give 100%. I want to just get into the military. This is all I want in life, and so I didn't get it. It was taken from me, by the universe or whatever you call it. So I got mad. I was just crying, just punching my steering wheel, just completely fucking shook. And then I decided to do something about it. I said, I'm not going to take no for an answer. So I went down all the way to the courthouse where I got arrested as a kid and got the records, and they didn't have any assault and batteries. The only thing that showed up was the one time for for weed. That was it. So, and I said, you sure there's not assault and batteries? Like I went to jail. I had my little picture, you know, turned your head to the side. All right. My little serial numbers. Dad had to pick me up. So I said, how could that not be in the records? That should be there.
Right.
He said, well, it's not. All right, can I get a printout of that? And I went straight back to the recruiter, barged in his office, and I'm like, hey, I have no assault and battery on my record. This is all I got. And so he looked at it and he said, I could work with this. Go ahead and sit down, we'll do paperwork. And I fucking got in, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's something about a shoulder.
Oh, yeah. Well, I dislocated it boxing when I was 16. You know, I used to have people come over and box when I was a kid, and then I dislocated my shoulder. So I had surgery for it at 18. And so they disqualified me, but told me to go get a waiver from the doctor. Okay. And that's what I did. So the doctor had to make sure that, you know, I was ambidextrous. So, which is so weird because my dad had to go through the same thing. It was very parallel. And then what was the third thing? Fuck, they had disqualified me for like my skull or something. And either way, I got it.
You didn't just what little your brain.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and I was pushing age too. You know, I was 26 going on 27, and I'm like, hey, I got to get in before you close the door.
You got through those to actually get in. You got you said 2 months, and when you told your dad, I got 2 months, I'm going in. Yeah.
So, and I had a house in Jacksonville, so we I cleaned it all out, and my dad hooked me up with some paint, and I painted the entire interior, entire exterior, sleeping in a sleeping bag, waking up and doing hard ass work, you know, like, oh, this sucks, because I had quit both my jobs and I was working harder now than ever, not getting paid for it. So I had to get out of Dodge, man. I had to leave Jacksonville. I got stuck. I was too young. I got stuck with the mortgage, and there was like no way out. Like, I needed out. This was my ticket. That's how it worked out.
So then after you get out of the Air Force, what have you done since then?
So I've been going to college for 5 years now, minus 1 year. I got my bachelor's in history at San Francisco State. So it took me from 2016 to end of 2019. And so once I got that, I stopped working, pandemic hit. And then I was living with my ex in San Francisco, which we know the rent's ridiculous out there.
You guys are crazy. It's bad enough up here, but we talked like last year, and you were with your current ex.
Yeah. I've only had 2 real serious relationships. One where I almost got married, and I was with her for 7 years, and then this last one, almost 3 years, but it didn't work out.
You think? I'm glad. I would have slapped you if I.
I mean, she's great, but you know, when you're not compatible.
And you guys weren't. She was not compatible with you.
You know,
I'm not knocking her. For somebody else, but for you, you need somebody that's going to work with you, not somebody that's going to constantly challenge or why you. Yeah. Anyway, right. Go ahead. I'm sorry, as I interrupt again. That's what I do.
Geez.
How dare I?
Golly. Well, I did work for the federal government. One more time. I worked at the Census Bureau. My ex got me the job. She said, "Hey, someone's saying they're hiring. Why don't you take this job?" And I thought, "Hey, I got savings. I don't need to go get a job. You know, I'm trying to be a writer. I just read this book. You know, this is what I want to do after my history major, because I didn't know what I wanted to do with the history major. I just know I needed the education. I felt like I want to be well-rounded, and I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but if I go into writing, I didn't really figure that out till later, you know, but so I worked for the Census Bureau as a fucking office clerk. And then I got promoted when I actually thought, I thought I was going to get fired because I took too much time off for a camping trip. And then they brought me to the office, and I had given some auditor some attitude because, you know, it's the government. They come in and just, you need to do this, you need to do that. I said, damn, you guys are worse than the military. You know, this fucking sucks. So I'm not getting ready to quit. Like, all right, if they tell me I can't go camping, I'm done with this job, because, you know, you hold on to so much. You know, this camping trip meant everything with me and my friends. So they didn't fire me. They said, turns out you gave the auditor some attitude. That's the kind of balls we're looking for at this job. Congratulations, you've been promoted. I said, thank you. You know, Yeah, I took a big pay raise, and
You get another promotion, and
hey, I tried it a second. It didn't work the second time. You know, we're trying to do the census for San Francisco. It's like one of the busiest in the whole country, and
That would be.
all that do more with less shit, that doesn't work. You know.
Yeah.
So, ended up getting fired.
Yeah.
They were gonna promote me again. You know, so I was working my way up. Thought, hey, you know, this is good money. I hate it, but I like the people I work with. Other than management, right? Management, no, it never knows what they're doing. All day, they just tell you what has to be done, but you never get the time to do it. They just keep telling you more shit. So once I got fired, that was it. I decided, all right, soul searching time. What the hell am I gonna do? That's it. I'm just gonna go with screenwriting. Stop playing this long shit where years down the road I'll become a screenwriter. Until then, I'm gonna work these shit jobs. No, I've done the shit jobs for 20 years, you know. So yeah, that's what kind of made it finally click. Like, just get your master's, become a writer, stop fucking around.
How do you, who did you talk to, or what, to go from when you get your master's, how are you going to jump from that to that? I don't even have a clue on that stuff. What?
Well, so with the books that I'm reading, in class and out of class, and from the instructors, and they're telling us how to write a story.
Right.
What are we writing? What's the point? Can you format it? You know, that you ever notice in when you watch a Hollywood film that if they talk about a true story, that it's complete bullshit by the time it gets on screen.
Yeah.
Well, they tell you why that is. You know, it's a money issue. It's a story structure. You can't talk about good things in movies because it's boring. You have to give it the drama. You have to drag it out. So
Happy.
yeah. So you can't just write an autobiography and expect it to be act 1, act 2, you know,
Right.
All hope is lost and then you combat the antagonist. No, it's got to get really into it. So I'm learning the trait right now as we speak, and it's going to be a few years, but yeah, I'm going to make some film.
So you're just going to school right now?
That's it, full time on the writing on the GI Bill. So I've been out of the military for 5 years, and they're paying for my college full time, and then they cut me a check as if like I was working for them. So they're paying me more now, and some people don't understand that the GI Bill will pay you to go to school, but will give you basic housing allowance so that you don't have to work and go to school at the same time, because it can't fucking be done. I mean, it can. There's exceptions, no doubt.
Sure.
So I chose the zip code with the most expensive tuition, San Francisco, and I'm from the Bay Area. So if like when you want to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, that's when you know you're doing things right.
So some you actually learned over the years. You learned to take advantage of that situation. Not advantage, but use it to your advantage.
Yeah. I remember, I'm coming from a long ways. When I was between 12 and 14, my first job, well, I did landscaping, but it's not really a job. You just ask people, hey, I'm a young teenager. Can I mow your grass? But that's how it starts.
Yeah.
And then I tried babysitting 3 badass little kids. You guys seen the movie Bebe's Kids? That's who I was babysitting at 14, babysitting 3 kids, 7, 9, and 11.
Oh, geez.
One had Down syndrome, and so these kids were difficult. And I was getting paid $4 an hour.
Well, good for you.
In the late 90s, and
You're not babysitting again real soon?
just myself.
That's hard enough.
Yeah.
what's a typical day like for you now with school and stuff?
I get up early as I can, but that fails every morning. I always sleep in. But I am not a morning person, but I am trying to be. I got off coffee, but the point is, when I wake up in the morning, I just do my best to wake up as fast as I can, which means coffee, green tea, whatever it is. And I go and hit the gym. Fantasy wise, I'm supposed to be going to the gym 5 days a week. I'm paying for a trainer because when you try to go by yourself, right, you do some bullshit workouts and then you hurt your back and then you suck. So I decided I'm hiring a professional. He's fantastic. It's very expensive, but I'm fucking worth it because I want to lose, 30 pounds or whatever. It sucks. All this hard work and I just stay the same. At least I'm not getting bigger.
There you go.
I feel great, but I go to the gym every morning And then when I come back from the gym, I just hit the books, whatever the assignments are. I've taken 3 classes that's considered full time.
Mhm.
So a lot of writing, a lot of reading. I read 2 to 3 scripts a week.
Wow.
You know, each script is about 120 pages.
Wow.
So I got to watch the movie, read the script, and then I got to write a bunch of analytical papers because it's all about understanding.
Sure. Are you
Yeah.
understanding more and more day to day?
Yeah, that's all I do. I cook my own food. I do eat out for sure, but
But
Go-
but back to what when you watch it, you learn, you understand. Are you understanding? You understand better what they're trying to teach you now than 6 months ago?
100%. 6 months ago, I mean, if I would have had to deal with myself, like, God, you don't know shit. You know, because I had a teacher go hardcore on me. I tried to write a story, like a
Sure.
script wise.
Sure.
Became an outline more. And she says, you need to fix this. This sucks. This sucks. And I'm like, shit. I've worked on it for like 36 hours, you know, split over time. And for her to say my shit sucks, but she's a professional. She makes movies. She knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
So now I have that insight. I like it when people go hard, when they progress. What's the word? Progressive criticism.
Yeah, it's critical,
Yeah.
constructive, critical, whatever. Anyway, criticism, a positive criticism. So
Positive criticism. That's it. I said progressive.
yeah, sometimes people just hit you, but sometimes you need to be slapped in the face because Ryan,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like dealing with hard asses because there's no bullshit. They tell you the truth.
You don't have to agree with the person, but if they're giving your opinion, and that's why
Yeah, I don't like-
I am. But you don't have to agree with me. But I'm just going to tell you my opinion on whatever it is we're discussing. You don't have to agree with me. So tell me your point of view, and we can agree to disagree.
Yeah,
I have no issue with that. But if somebody's trying to teach you, obviously they should have some insight, especially if they've done it for a living.
So are you in class now, or is it all online, or?
Yeah, do you?
It's all online right now, but there are students that have gone back to class. The only reason why I don't is because I live in Hercules, right? Which is all right, but put it this way, with traffic, it takes 2 hours to get from door to door. By the time I hit,
You lazy
it's not
son.
happening. Yeah. So that's 4 hours because that's just one way. So
Plus all the
I'm not
money.
gonna lose 4 hours a day on fucking travel.
You don't need it.
I need the energy to so I do it all online.
There you go. That's nothing wrong with
Nice.
that. Makes sense.
But I actually can't wait to start going in person because at some point I need to be hands-on.
Sure.
So what would you say the biggest misconception that the general public has of screenwriters at this point?
Probably what we spoke about earlier, that writers embellish the truth to make a better story. It's a stereotype. It's accurate, but there's always a reason why. Because it's formula. Like Disney has a formula. If you notice that Disney will kill off your favorite characters in every fucking movie. It's annoying. I like Star Wars, but the new ones, I thought, well, they're trying to be so representing while killing off the Han Solo. I'm like, man, you know what? You really gotta pass the torch, you know?
Yeah.
Just
I hate
capped
to-
them off. Done.
I hate to bring this up, talking about passing the torch, but something I'm into is pro wrestling, although I don't really pay attention these days. That was something they were good at on TV, is passing the torch over the years to different wrestlers, while the old guys would go away, kind of retire. But some of the newer Star Wars I was not impressed with. But,
Yeah, I like some of it, but you know, they killed off Luke, they killed off Han. I'm like,
yeah, but did you watch
Wait, what? No.
I was gonna say, you had me there. Yeah,
watch Mandalorian?
yeah. You know what? That was good. I liked it. Did you like it?
Oh, it's kind of the new one's coming up. New Mandalorian's in
Well, shit, you know why it's good? John Favreau's behind the wheel, you know?
he gives it's like Luke showing up. You know, you heard Luke.
Oh, yeah.
You have you.
Cover your ears on that one.
Oh, finished it now.
Oh, dude.
I got too many other shows going.
No,
still.
I'll ruin it. We
I'll
only
get to there.
yeah, but to ruin it, the last episode of season 2, someone shows up.
Luke.
How'd you know? I've got goosebumps right now just thinking, because it was done so well. John
Yeah.
Favreau, he did it so well. I mean, you're guessing. It's like, is it goosebumps, man? Bringing goosebumps all over. Anyway, so why don't you learn how to screenwrite, make lots of money, and then I'll critique you and tell you suck.
Yeah, hey, hey, I'm gonna make a lot of money. I don't want you notice how I said I hope I make no, I'm going to, I have to do what it takes.
You'll have a lot of life experience to put into your stories or how to interpret that in a way that it'll work. That's my feeling.
Yeah.
'Cause I was actually, that's a compliment. How dare I be nice?
Thank you. Yeah. No, thank you. I'm like a young seasoned vet,
Well, on the screenwriter side, have you been able to really kind of research like income benefits, things like that? I mean, you're kind
They
of
have this. Oh no, sorry, I cut you off.
when it or would you consider yourself self-employed in a job like that, or
You
do you
go
actually go to
work
work for a
for Disney
company?
or-
Not yet. Not yet. I'm still in the making.
Will
Not
you?
yet.
Your
I'm
game,
getting paid by the government to go to school, but once school's over, like that,
when you're done with
the teat is cut off and no more milk, so and some of the books I read say commit to writing, start to where you start making money, selling the rights for your projects. But if you start working and trying to write, you'll just won't be a writer. That's basically what some of these big guys are saying in the books. So I'm not self-employed yet,
But you'll be considered self.
but I'll be considered self-employed.
that was a question. So, and that's all up to which. How many? We're getting close to being. Oh my God, we're almost done with you. Finally.
No, already?
I know, right?
Just got a taste for it.
Yeah, I see. That's it. Our next question is. We actually write questions. Some of them we skip because they don't apply. But how many jobs, careers have you had since you started working? Let's say
I've
land.
had about 20
Here.
jobs.
Huh?
I've had about 20 jobs.
Yeah. Well, that was. You think? Wow.
Yeah, and I actually went and counted. I had to go into it. I said, okay, I worked at UPS and Lowe's and
Yeah.
all kinds of damn jobs.
Yeah. You get around like a floozy. So no girlfriend right now, right?
No girlfriend. Yeah, I'm trying to stay super focused. So my rule is no significant other, no pets, no kids, And then when I feel like, hey, you know what? I can't, she's the one, then I'll have the babies, I'll have the puppies.
That worked out.
But Papa's got to work, man. So I can't be, I can spend time, but writer's got to write. It's gonna be hours. So that I have to juggle with that. I'm
Yeah.
single, I can do it right now.
By then you'll find one that'll understand that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you being older, and this isn't negative, but you being a little bit older, you'll find somebody that's a little bit older with you, a female, your significant, that will understand that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of younger ones, me. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Even though you're not going to a job per se, I gotta go work. I gotta go write. You're not. No.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Yeah. The time goes by too quick in a day.
Yeah.
You want to go get a coffee, put in some work, or you start cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and wash the car, do the shit, and
It's fine.
Working from home, doing like Amazon and eBay
Oh, yeah,
sales
yeah.
and stuff, because I'd find myself out mowing the lawn.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm working.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
I can't work from home. Can't do it. Go for it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Here's a tricky question. When you were a kid, age 2 to 6, 7, 8 years old, what would you want to be back then? Did you ever have a dream?
Oh yeah. My dream was to be an astronaut when I was a kid.
It's on here. Cowboy, astronaut, policeman.
You won. Did you guess? Did you try, Ryan? Did you try guessing?
We put questions like on our cards or questions, so we have an
Yeah.
idea. Astronaut. What?
Hey, you know what? If I get rich, I'm gonna make a penis-sized rocket and go to space myself. So it's already happened, right?
Yeah.
You guys done it. So
Oscar, what else you want to add to your interview to somebody else that wants to, or it has a nugget of information? That's what this show's about. A nugget of information for anybody that's listening, watching, that you can help somebody out, because once again, your information, everybody goes through crap. Everybody.
yeah, shit, I got a lot of advice. One of them would be clear your mind. But people would think, well, what do you mean by that? Well, one, if you got anything negative that's weighing you down, you need to let that go, because we live in a world where everyone's fucking depressed and has anxiety. It makes sense, but you got to get over that shit somehow, some way, because you don't deserve to live your life weighed down by depression, anxiety, uncertainty, and not knowing how the world works. That's why we go into this world figuring shit out. Like, okay, I didn't know this before. Now I know it. Now we move on. And then somebody like Joe Rogan will say, I wish I learned this 30 years ago. Because now we're all saying it like, fuck, if I could just go back and start over. No, this is how it goes. You know?
From this day forward, take that information and use it. That's why we're trying to share it now.
Yeah. So it's in the mind, right? I mean, we have to be healthy for one. If you've got lower back pain, you know, fix it because it'll alter your thoughts. You'll start to become impatient. If you're impatient, you won't choose the right career, you know.
Well, sometimes we had to choose the right career. We had to experience different things in life.
Yeah, and to let shit go. If it's, I think identity is a bad word. You know, labels, identities. So if somebody says like, well, I'm a runner, you know, and they run their whole life and then they have bad knees, but they're like, well, I'm a runner, I can't stop. Like, well, I think the world is telling you that you are no longer a runner. You used to be. It's okay if you're a has-been. Move the fuck on. Go do something. Get inspired, right? I mean, when I write, sometimes I get bored of some of the shit I read and I get tired and I don't want to do it and I don't have an ounce of life in me. That happens. And then as soon as I get in my car and I listen to like stand-up comedy, I'm hollering, just ha ha ha. You know, I'm just dying. And then I got my juice back and I feel good again. You know, so change it up.
Yeah, you found something that works for you. Once you just told me you listen to comedy.
Yes.
Get yourself together, however that works, but that motivates you. However, what I can see that because I know some.
You know. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Some people hop in their car. I was waiting for you to talk about music, but no, you're listening. But that makes sense. I love listening to comedy. That'll inspire me. Music, because I've been a musician. Sometimes music will inspire me, but it's more comedy or somebody else being positive. Me with the Ultimate Warrior, the pro wrestler, is very motivating, not towards himself, but towards every individual. It's like, once again, I get that. It's your life. Make it happen. He used to go, leave was one of his sayings. It's like, you know, figure it out. You got talent. Everybody has talent. Once again.
Like, let's say I didn't, let's say I had second thoughts on being a writer. I thought, man, you know, this isn't going to work for me. It's too hard, too competitive. I don't know my vocabulary and my game. So I'm going to bail out. Yeah, that would be very depressing. And then I wouldn't have anything to look forward to. So I would have to change it to have something to look forward to. But isn't that the key? You need to have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
To feel like, if you're making progress every day, like I did this towards my dream, you know, like that's progress.
Exactly.
But also you got to have fun. You know, this weekend, me and my cousin, we're going to San Jose to go see Joy Coy live stand up. You know, I look forward to that. So that makes me work harder throughout the week, you know, because I want to be able to enjoy myself guilt-free. I'm not going to be like, oh, I got a project, dude, tomorrow. No, man, I'm going to hardcore 100%. Work hard, play hard, right?
Right. So would you say since what you learned and you advise others to give you like maybe daily goals or weekly goals, but then the long-term goals so you can see an advancement, that helps you?
I say this is going to go against what other people say, right? Stick to your comfort zone, right? And usually I'm the guy who says never mess with the comfort zone. No, when you plan something, make sure it's in your comfort zone. Don't be like, get up at 5 a.m. and
realistic
work out, you know, like, fuck, it's got to be realistic. So make it comfortable. If you have a schedule that you enjoy, you'll like it. But if you don't like it, you won't do it. So, and then you slowly progress to getting out of your comfort zone. But if you try to cut cold turkey, I remember I was getting a little fat after the Air Force and cancer. And I was like, fuck, I'm fat. I'm 235 pounds and I don't like the way my face is so fat. So it pisses me off. So I thought I got to do something. So I went, I'm the extreme guy. I made a decision in one day that I would just be a vegan. And so I did. And I lost 55 pounds. And I'm like, all right, I made my goal. Oh yeah, I set a goal. I had 8.5 months to lose 55 pounds. And I made my mark, which is great. Then after the year was up, I did it for a year. I made my mark at 8.5 months. And then I thought, all right, no more vegan. I can go back. Well, now, fuck, I'm like 220, 215. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do vegan again. That was hard. So I'm going to do something else. But yeah.
My mom and dad's you remember what we ate?
Steak. That's right.
One thing
Homegrown, baby.
thank you.
That was good steak.
Thank you.
Freezer full of it.
Yep, that's what we do. Oscar, we're done for the. Thank you very much, man. Two-parter. Even though you can't piss me off or offend me, you got to be better than that, you son of a.
I'm not trying hard enough then. I set a new goal.
How long until you're done to get your master's? Year, months, how long?
I think I'll be done in a year and a half to 2 years.
We'll get
Yeah.
you on the show 6 months, 8 months. We'll do an update, see where you're at, what's going on. Obviously, I'll talk to you before then, but appreciate you being on the show. Ryan, you got anything else for him?
No.
Man,
Okay.
once again,
Well,
anybody,
I hope it was a great show, man. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you guys.
oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I think once again, the whole idea of the show is to educate and maybe give a nugget of information that might help somebody else out along the way, because we all go through crap. Oscar, you gone through yours. Brian's had his. How many times you been married?
I'm on my third.
Okay. I was only had my second. I knew better. The third didn't work. So don't rush. Anyway, anything else? So thank you for listening to watching Career Path by Infonet. Host Ryan King, Victor Boudreau. Are you sure that
Yeah, I'm positive.
there's no CO in front of?
No. Why would there be a CEO?
We're gonna have lunch with those.
CEO, but
We're gonna have lunch with those guys at
Hey,
Infonet.
where can I get one of those shirts? I want to wear that shirt. It's great.
We know a guy.
yeah.
I don't like
Oh
him.
yeah. Want a mug too.
You notice all
I'll
that.
purchase it. I'll support you guys.
Here you go. Subscribe, like, all that goody stuff.
Leave a review.
Leave a review, even if Ryan sucks. We don't, we already know. Ryan.
And we'll have a few words after. We'll cut the camera and we'll
A few words that we'll be talking to Oscar after the show. When's it off? There you go. It's your life.
Make it happen.
Till next time, guys. Thanks, Oscar. Take care.
Ashes to ashes.
Okay.
Take 24. La 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 la.
Career Path.